All right, I'm just gonna do a quick little thing. It's just gonna be a talking video. I'm not gonna put any footage on this. This is basically gonna give like so far a summary of what Ascendant's like in comparison to Perky Crew. So at Perky Crew, you have the scripts, and they just give you an AA or up to five AA depending on what the rarity. And you definitely seem like you get them a lot more often. So AAs are definitely gonna be slower overall when it comes to Ascendant. So you got to keep that in mind. You're not gonna get them like you're not gonna be like level 20 or 30 with like 100 fucking plus AAs at that point by just existing and killing things. It's like it's a lot slower because like the chance of getting a guaranteed AA on kill is pretty small. Like I've only gotten maybe 10 out of my 20 AAs that I have, something like that. Because like there's the three AAs you get initially. Then I got a couple on procs. I think I got 10 or so AAs, about like 13 ish. I'm trying to remember exactly how many I actually farmed. By putting my EXP at 100% and killing mobs. Uh, because like at level 18, when you start killing stuff around your level range, you get anywhere between like 10 to 25% EXP. And then, of course, as you get more AAs, it'll go down a little bit over time. But it still gives you enough of a percentage where you can farm that for a while to where the time invested in it's kind of worth it because you can at least get like maybe one or two skills depending on what you need. I got a rank in an ambidextry, and I was gonna go into ferocity, but I'm gonna try and go into veteran, not enhancement, but physical enhancement because I think that's pretty good. Um, Actually, let me go. I wonder if like it's like a general consensus on that. How good is monk's physical enhancement? What the fuck? Hey, what the fuck is this physical therapy bullshit? Yes. Okay, so people, the general consensus is pretty alright. I had a feeling it was pretty alright. So you get usually like one rank only things are pretty good. So I'll get physical enhancement next. I only need like maybe two more AAs to get that. I'm at three right now because I was gonna go into ferocity, and then once I got ferocity, I was like, I kind of want to get physical enhancement. So I'm gonna go back into this more and do that. Um, you can instance pretty much everything in comparison to where like some things were instanceable for classic and other things weren't for Perky Crew. And then that's another thing you have to keep in mind in comparison is Perky Crew is up until POP, whereas this is like currently classic. So you can't go to Paddle Caverns, you can't go around to Luckland. Your options for leveling zones are really, really limited. So zones that you absolutely hate, miss more. You gotta like put up with because there's sadly the most efficient zones right now. Like honestly, I'd say like the most efficient for getting general gear. Well, first and foremost, of course, Black Burrow because it's ROF2 and ROF2 is really really bugged with Black Burrow, so you get a lot of just good loot. Like I've got a superb marrow that sold for like 29 platinum over there, whereas most low places you can't do that, and you're gonna get used to being broke a lot because every scroll, like the beginner scrolls, are 250 plat just to like translate them so you can actually use them, and they're class based. So if they're not for your class, you just wasted 250 plat just to give it to somebody else or hold it for an alt or something. And so yeah, it feels kind of bad. So you're gonna be broke. You're gonna be broke. So you just gotta get used to it, and even at like higher levels because like I have enough tomes on my character right now to where if I were to translate them all, I'd be easily spending like 5k plat. And I'm level fucking 18. Like I'm not even at end game yet, and I've already got like 2 to 5k worth of freaking translations to do. It's just that's how ridiculous it is. But it's there's a reason why it needs to cost that much is because you get the once you turn in the books and you meet the requirements like the level requirements and stuff like that, you get the AA right away without needing to grind the AA itself. So it's good to like get like I like me I like that because it gives me a chance to get some like dead AAs that are kind of good, but I don't want to farm for them. Like say like you get like possibly a good amount of like fear resist ranks through that, or you could get like more innate run speed stuff. I just don't like sinking AA into because it's more of like quality of life and not stuff I actually need to do well in combat. Or so there's always that. Um, Yeah, and like another thing to do is you want to farm like 100 to like 500 plat, and then look at the bazaar. Maybe someone might have a tome that you can use. That's another good thing to do, as well as an ascendant. Like get like a couple hundred plat. Just look at the bazaar, see what you can buy real quick. If that's good, and don't do what I did and buy 100 acrobatics for fucking 100 plat like a dumbass. Because I forgot that's the fall damage AA. I don't know all the AAs by name besides like Fist of Steel, like the ones that are like absolutely necessary. But sadly, Fist of Steel is not a thing on this one right now. So for Fist of Steel, we just have to pretend it doesn't exist. It's the same thing for Dragon's Breath. If you're coming over from Perky Crew and you're playing a monk, just pretend Dragon's Breath and Fist of Steel don't exist, and just do your normal routine of getting like ferocity, ambidextery, you know, your maximum swings, maximum procs, and of course the melee augs are back to being level required, so you can't buy the, you know, the 200 plat or one of those 500 plat like level 51s and just put them in. You can, however, enhance them though. So if you get like little shard things that enhance your tiers, kind of like where you were take an item and put in the item upgrade for Perky Crew, you can do that. It'll have a chance. It won't always be guaranteed. The shards can just break. Your items don't, you don't lose your items, but the shards break. And don't try to upgrade your pet bags. You can upgrade bags, but the pet bags will break, so don't waste attempts doing that. I don't know if they're going to intend that to be a functional thing where you can increase the slots via increasing the bags, because when you increase the bags quality, the slots go up and the you can get some weight reduction as well. But with pet bags, it breaks them, so just don't do that for right now until there's like confirmation that it's intended for that to work the way it does, or they just need to fix it. So yeah, with the shards, you can increase augments. You can make augments better. You can make gear better. You can make arrows better. You can make poisons better, which is kind of weird because like don't you just consume poisons? Kind of, I don't know what makes the proc better because like I know like poisons could get you can get like legendary poisons and stuff at Perky Crew, but I don't think like it did anything. So it's probably the same thing here where it just doesn't really do anything. But on the procs, I wasn't sure if it made the procs. I should have checked the chips because like someone enhanced it. The Wolf and Knight, the 50 ones, they enhanced them all the way to like Ascendant or whatever. And yeah, like I think like the shard drop rate gets better later on because like as it stands now, I've only gotten like what 3 shards, and if people selling like 60 of these fucking things, like I'm like, what do you have 60 shards for? And like, oh, I want 350 plat when like 350 plat's like 4 people's life savings on this server right now. I mean, dude, everyone's broke. Everyone's broke. Especially since it's classic, like classic PP farming, like it's mainly through like fine steel, giants, and selling stuff to other players. When you don't have stuff to sell to other players because you know everyone's broke, you kind of can't like make a lot of money really quick. There might have been some other platforms I don't remember from Classic because usually like with Classic I'll get up to like maybe like the hole when it comes to leveling, and then I'll get sick of it and I just stop playing until like Kunar comes out or something like that. But yeah, no. And so yeah, you have like your 3 tiers. You have your like your. It's kind of like the same thing as the others. It's just instead they don't have like there's like the enhanced, which is kind of better, and then you have exalted, which is basically like rare. No, because it's rare. Why did I forget the tiers already? It was enhanced, rare. Oh, epic. So exalted's kind of like an in between of rare and epic, and then ascendant's kind of like legendary without all the craziness. Or I think like Ascendant's basically epic, and then there's like there isn't like a legendary tier because like I feel like that probably would break it, make it like way too easy mode maybe, because like it's rough. Like even like playing as a monk, and like monks are like really good solo overall in most servers. Like playing with a monk and having all that extra DPS, I'm still struggling killing like 2 rares, 2 yellows at a time. That's like with a couple AAs and stuff. I mean, I only have like ambidextrous and like a little bit and combat fury. I shouldn't have done that. And there's no way to reset your AAs too, so you got to keep that in mind. There's no way to reset AAs on Ascendant, so everything you purchase does matter. So keep that in mind when you are playing. Uh, and Parky Crew also has LDONs. I haven't got around to fully testing to see how they work. I was going to, and then I saw Ascendant, and I was like, hey, I'll try this server out and see if I like this a bit more. Because like a lot of the problem I have with like a lot of EverQuest, EverQuest and EverQuest private servers in general, is the damage gets way too out of hand to where everything is either one rounding you or you have to constantly heal to get through it. It's like it's so fucking, it gets obnoxious at times. Like it's like you go into a fight, the thing taps you one time, you're already at fucking 10% HP, and then it's like, oh, I need a life tap proc or something else, and then of course when you get more gear and it's like late game, it's not as bad, but it's just annoying for like most of the level up experience is basically just getting one rounded, and then you either life tap proc and heal up or you die. It's not a fun experience, or you go around and get buffs and stuff. Oh, and speaking of buffs, the server wide buffs are only Kai, haste, regen, um and so like the server wide buffs are just general quality of life. They help out. I mean the HP regen is god tier. Like without that, I would have died countless times because it would have been like true classic at that point. So the HP regen buff is really cool. Like the buffs helps a lot. Like people don't realize like, oh, I have it, like the what's his face goldfish, what the fuck his name is, where he's like, oh, I haven't noticed a huge difference with the buffs. Yeah, because you fucking haven't paid attention to how much HP regen you're getting. Like do that I'm getting two fungi's worth of regen at level 18. That's insane. You don't even get a fungi's worth of regen at fucking basic classic level in general. Like that doesn't exist. And I have two fungi's worth of regen. Like people don't realize how like insane that is. Like, oh, I haven't noticed a difference. Oh, I have permanent Kai. Oh, I haven't noticed a difference. Sorry, I have the dog on that take. That was so dumb. And then there was what was the other one? Where he's like, oh, it'd be pretty cool if you lost your gear too. It's like, oh yeah, I totally want to grind for like a Mudbend Enforcer and stuff and get like a version where that's like exalted and all I have to do is turn to Ascended. I totally want to put a shard in there and then have it just take my Mudbend Enforcer and just throw it in the fucking garbage because it could have been just a bit better. Oh man, I totally should have lost that item. That's a dumb fucking mindset to have. That is the exact reason why Black Desert and fucking Vindictus sucks so much dick is because of shit like that. Nothing is more annoying than when you take hours, like, well, in Vindictus's case, months to get something. You enhance it to a certain point. You're like, hey, screw it. I want to enhance it a little bit more. Let me see how it goes. And then well, say like you don't use protections for whatever reason that you have to pay for. And then you don't use those protections, and then boom, it blows up, and then your whole item's gone. All because you decided to take a gamble. Like, I'd much rather it does what it normally does and just de-level it down a level when it fails versus like just losing the whole fucking item. That shit's like enough to make you want to go fucking stab of somebody. Like that's just infuriating. There's nothing cool about it. No one likes that experience. No one's like, oh hey, I am so glad that the guy, the smithy I gave to enhance my fucking item just completely destroyed it for no fucking reason. Like who's like, oh man, I'm so glad you did that. That was worth the risk, man. That's what I should have got for having that kind of like possible power angle. Like that's a dumbass take, dude. That's a dumbass fucking take. But no, so let me see some other comparisons and contrasts. So there's no POC, but there is Guild Hall, and Guild Hall basically acts like POC. You have the wizard portals, you have the druid portals. You just hail them and just go wherever you want to go, and then you just go from there. Which gets kind of annoying when you're like when you die, because you will fucking die, especially if you're doing Upper Guck. Like Upper Guck is literally, if you're trying to instance it and you're doing it solo, it's literally like, oh hey, I went past this first little area. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Oh wait, I got gangbanged by 3 to 4 frogs. Oh hey, I go here. I get gangbanged by 3 to 4 frogs. Oh wait, I go here. Oh no, there's another gangbang. And so like trying to progress through Upper Guck solo is a pain in the fucking ass. You will die a lot. And so you have to go back to South Row, you have to take the Druid Rings back to South Row, you have to run your ass back, you have to zone back in, then you have to hail the dude to go back into your instance, and yeah. No, like solo is like not. Well, I mean, solo is only really strong and perky because you get the life tab gem. Once you get the life tab gem, you do your power increases a lot. Then you can go get some buffs here and there from people, and that would help you out a lot. And just overall, the gear like just completely overpowers the current area. Like you have no problem soloing Perky. In Ascendant, it's a lot harder to do. It's like kind of like classic soloing, where you gotta like play it a bit safe. But I'm kind of fine with that, just because the trade off is I don't have to deal with the ridiculous fucking randomly getting one shot, and especially when like the numbers don't make any sense. Like you look at your HP, you look at the combat log, you look at when you died. It'll be like the guy only hit you for like one round of 300 and 500, and you have like 2k HP, but you somehow died anyways because like the numbers just don't fucking make any goddamn sense. It's like you have 2k HP, the guy only hits you for 2 rounds of 300 and 500, but you're dead. It's like, how did I die? You just didn't notice. You're just dead. You're just dead. Just accept it. You're just dead. That's how Perky Crew logic works when you're dealing with like +8 mobs. You don't have that level cap bullshit. I hated that shit. Like the level cap +10. It's like, oh, it's a +10 level cap. That means you automatically die. Yay! Unless you're like stupid ass twinked or some shit. Like that shit was so dumb. Like you have a pet and you would go and like fight something real quick to see what the level cap is. Turns out it's level 10 and just boom, your pet's dead. It's like, oh, okay, there goes all the gear I put on my pet then. Like what the fuck is the point of having a pet if I have to check something, if I have to tag something to check it to see make sure it's not a +10, and then when I check it, it ends up being +10, it kills my pet immediately. Like, why am I playing a pet class then? What is the point of having a pet that's just gonna fucking instantly get obliterated because they designed the game to just instantly obliterate pets for just existing? Like I hate that shit. Like it's fine when you have to like mitigate against pets, like Light has to do, where like pets have to do like a less damage or whatever to like bosses or whatever. It's like so you can't just make a bunch of pet classes and just swarm the boss with them and whatnot. I'm fine with that, but when the whole game plan is like, oh, that person has a pet, fuck that pet, instantly dies. It's like, why is that? How is that gameplay? What is my interaction with the mob then? Oh no, I gotta turn into a wizard now instead of a mage, and I gotta just nuke it because I can't use my pet. It's so fucking stupid. That shit pissed me off when it came to Perky Crew. Because like I get it, you don't want people killing things too high above their level. You want to put some kind of challenge there, but like the challenge is when the challenge is instantly deleting my fucking pet for just existing. It's fucking stupid. Make it so it's harder, but it doesn't automatically win because you have to design it that way. That's dumbass game design in my opinion. All right, so enough ranting about that because I am a mage slash beast lord enjoyer. I usually like monk the most because like I don't have to worry about all the pet nuance bullshit. Where like, oh, this server decided pets need to be a bunch of weak pieces of shit, so I can't play a pet class. So I guess I'll play monk. And it's because I like how monk feels. I like all the constant damage and just constantly smacking the shit out of things. It's fun. I'm just a monk enjoyer. That and like you can nearly be as tanky as a warrior in some regards when it comes to the solo stuff. So like I get like the little bit of tankiness of warrior. I get like a little bit of solo ability of SK, and I get to like DPS about as good as a rogue and not more than a rogue sometimes. Like I never when I was raiding in Kunark on oh I forgot what the TLP name was. This is like way back when a couple years ago, back in like 20 was it 21 or 22 or something like that. And like me and this rogue, like we were constantly like fighting for like who was top on damage. Well, we also had our main raid leader monk too. That was a human monk. He was also up there too. Like me, him, and the rogue were just all just beating up things, just having a competition and stuff. It was some good times, and there were times where I would beat both of them, and I don't really blame the raid leader for like not taking it too well. I mean, I was gonna say his name, Cabdrew. Like Cabdrew, I could see why he's like, what the fuck? What does this guy do that's different than me? But it's just mainly RNG. Like because he'll go out his way. He'll get like all the extra attack stuff and all that stuff that actually enhances your damage. And I was letting him know that like Dex is really fucking good for monks because like on the TLP like with the live formulas, Dex increases not only like your damage but like your hit rates and stuff. So like strength is good for like max hitting and your overall accuracy as well. But like Dex for some reason was doing a bit more. So like I went for Dex more than strength at the time, and then I kind of had like a nice balance between strength and Dex, and it was cool. And then the rogue bullshit backstab damages that was fun. So okay, enough reminiscing. Let's see here. What are some other key pointers that are like kind of like similar but different? No, it's just the hub, the augments or level required, so you can't just super juice your augments. There's not like there's also not crazy augments either. Like there's not you're not gonna be getting augments that make you like fear that give you like fearless resistance AA and stuff like that. So it's not gonna be like too over the top, but it's gonna be enough of like the Perky Crew feeling to where it's a good balance of like old and that kind of stuff. So if you want that, definitely definitely can recommend Ascendant for you. The other thing is whenever Perky goes down, you at least have like something back up to like mess around on, which is always nice to have because like it's good to have like another server to like play around with versus before where it was just Perky Crew and then the rest of the servers were just the typical trash that we've dealt with for decades at this point. Like that's what people don't understand. Like people are tired of the same old, same old. No one wants to play the same old EQ they played for going on nearly 30 years at this point. It was like what 98? Yeah, it'll be 30 years in like 2 years. It was like 97, 98 or whatever the fuck the original EverQuest came out. Maybe it was 99, but like it's about to be 30 years, and there's only so much of the same game you can play for 30 years. You gotta spice it up. You gotta change some things up. You gotta make some like crazy, not like crazy, but like just more like for fun flavor servers where like you get like a little bit of power. It's like kind of like the classic feel, but like a little bit better. You're not dealing with the old cancer that you used to deal with and all this other stuff. Um, yeah, so that's why I like these kind of servers because like they change things up. They make you have to like relearn certain things, change things. Like kind of like how Delia was, but like the problem I had with Delia was the over focus on like all the good gear is on the raid mobs, and I just don't want to deal with people in like raid. So there was that. And I think it's a lot of problems people have with servers. Like when you're forced to like just group just to do things, it's not as enjoyable. Especially when there's not going to be that many players. Most servers are only going to have like 2K players and stuff, and that's not sustainable for constant group content. You can't just have like 2K people and think like, oh hey, whenever I want to do something, there's always going to be someone who wants to do it, and it's no, it's not going to happen. And like EQ servers are usually always going to be like maybe 2 to 3K most on they're going to be able to get on your server if you're lucky. Apart from that, it's going to be like anywhere between like 500, like 1,000, or like 1,500. That's usually about like the norm. So you got to keep that expectation of that range in mind when you're designing your server because yeah, being forced to group with people when people aren't that enjoyable to group with, especially since a lot of them don't have common sense. And like EverQuest is one of the easiest games possible, and people still suck at it. EverQuest is one of those fucking games where like you can literally just fucking hit auto attack, walk away from your computer, come back, and there'll be loot. But people still suck at this. That's what I don't understand. That people still suck at EverQuest, especially with how easy it is. Like the only like quote unquote difficulty to EverQuest is like learning small nuances here and there. But once you learn those and you've mastered those, like the game is a joke. There's not really much difficulty. It's just like you're just praying to RNGs just 99% of the time. It's like, oh hey, don't max hit me this round, please. I would like to not possibly die. Oh hey, you didn't max around me? Okay, now I regen a little bit of HP. I can fight you for a bit longer. Okay, now try please. Don't do that for 2 or 3 more rounds. Okay, you didn't do that. Sweet. Now I have a chance. But like if the mob is constantly hitting you for max hits, like if the game was designed to where it was 100% accuracy and the mobs are always hitting you for basically close to max damage, you would never be able to solo anything. That's how RNG EverQuest is. Like you people don't realize how much you're just praying to RNGs when you play that game. Like just sitting there the entire time like please don't max hit me, please don't max hit me, please don't max hit me. That's the entire game play for EverQuest. Don't max round me, please. Uh but because I mean, yeah, AAs definitely help a lot with that, but like even like with like AAs and whatnot, you're still just praying. Like, don't have the random RNG moment where I get max rounded for full damage. That's not fun. It's not fun when you lose like 80% of your HP in like one go. But that's just how EverQuest is. Uh, I don't think there's anything else to go over. It's just mainly you're gonna be broke. You're gonna have a bunch of tomes, so you're not gonna really be able to do much with them. So just keep that in mind. But it's okay because when you get to that point where you can actually utilize them, it's free AAs you'll have for either you and alt or your friends or etc. etc. Like I kind of like that twist on it because it's not just, oh hey, I got this thing and I can't do anything with it with this character. Where like you can actually trade the tomes, you can sell the tomes, you can trade the tomes, and I don't think the eligible versions will go for that much. I think you gotta like actually put the PP investment in the translating and hoping it's decent, and then you kind of like resell it for like more value. Like if it's a beginner one, it's a really good beginner one. Maybe sell it for like 300 to 500, depending on how much plat you actually want back for that. Just do what you can to keep it reasonable so that it sells kind of quick, but it isn't like too ridiculously priced. So like people are like, okay, he took the time to translate this and invested the platinum. He only wants like 50 pp for basically the general service. That's kind of fine. I'll pay 300 for that because like you're gonna pay 250 I think baseline. I have to go look that up actually. I think it's like 250 baseline and it's like 250 500,000 or something like that. It's something like insane. And I have like for the ascendant ones, and I have like two or three ascendants. So that's like 3K right there. If I'm doing it correctly, it's 250, 500, it like doubles every time. So yeah, there's that. So I just want to do a quick go over like the compares contrasts. You're not gonna get. I don't think you get abilities from other classes. So it's like you are your class. So you're kind of stuck with your class. So like I can see how that could be like a massive turn off people. But I feel like the multi-class thing doesn't really fucking matter to me. Like it's kind of a cool concept, but like the way the not THJ went about it a pretty good way. But like the way Perky Crew goes about it, where you gotta rebirth back to one, and then you can't use some of your gear, and then it's just like that nuance just like kind of turned me off from like rebirthing, even though I have a 50 monk. I'm like, I don't want to rebirth and just get all my gear again. And well, not again, because I banked a lot of my gear, but like put a bunch of different gear on and then sort my gear out and then go back up to like 50 and rebirth again and like have to regrind all my AAs. Like that just seems like it was kind of gonna get really annoying for me. Just to like get like some benefits. Cause like it's basically I'm just playing like an enhanced version of my class by taking part things from other classes and it's cool, but to me it's not really worth it. But there you go. Peace. I mean, probably one last thing. Like, I probably will enjoy Perky more once I've done everything with Ascendant and I realize like how limited Ascendant truly is. And then I'm like, oh, I kind of want more than that now. And then I'll go over to Perky and do that. But from how things are right now, it seems like I'm gonna be enjoying like Ascendant a bit more overall than Perky, and I'll probably fluctuate back and forth because they're both really good servers. So just picking what suits more for you. That's basically what it comes down to. And I kind of want to do this comparison thing so like people can decide, okay, what server would I like more actually, and then go from there. Because it's literally just classic classes, a little bit of enhanced because you get spell damage. Spell damage is 1 to 1, so like your level 10 procs will do like 10 damage. With 5 spell damage, they'll do 15. And so your throw stone is back to doing 1 damage again on the throw stone characters. You can get your tomes and EC tunnels for your classes, but it's like the basic tomes. It's not like the super awesome tomes that we got in Perky. So like monks aren't gonna be like stupid OP, but you get throw stone, and with spell damage, it'll go from 1 to 6. So spell damage does matter. You can make your throw stone like pretty decent, like a DPS rotation thing. So if you're using macro requests like I am, you can put the ability for the bot ionize for a throw stone, and then you can have that be rotated in for DPS. Um, but yeah, so that's basically it. I just want to give like a general compare and contrast. Let people decide for themselves which server they want to play on, and go from there. Because they're both really good servers. I love both of them so far, and I just want to do what I can to inform people between the two as much as possible. There's probably some things I left out here and there because like there's a lot more that Perky has to it. Like it has like the two zones that you can make a lot of money and get like the two different tomes or whatever for your classes or spells or whatever, and then all that other stuff. But like, I don't really care for like the constantly grinding for like mythical gear and shit. That's just not really my forte. I kind of just want to have fun with like general EQ, but like a little bit different, and that's why I'm probably gonna prefer Ascendant more. All right, peace.